Hey, butterflies. I hope you all are doing well today. Thank you for tapping back in with me, Alchemy Doctress. I was looking at my purple queen and um, I moved her from the table to the ledge because I wanted to see if she'll be able to get more sun for her to turn more purple. Because when they turn purple, when they have like a good amount of sun, and when they don't have that sun, they're more green. So I'm looking at her and it looks like she's actually getting more purple with that sun on the ledge. And it makes me think about in life how sometimes we just need to be moved to new places, and things for us to flourish. And oh, the spirits and ancestors about to come through in this message, because the song I'm hearing right now is "Do for Love," but the version by Snow Allegra. I guess you wonder where I've been. I've searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Just like that pot had to be moved to another space to get the sun that it needed. And realizing that honestly, it could have stayed on the table if only I moved it to another spot where it still got sunlight. There's a message in that. Oftentimes we run away from things that we truly want or we truly desire because we feel we're not ready for it. We feel like there's no way to make it work. There's no way to, move it around, fix it, flip it down, flip it and reverse it. You feel me? We feel like there's no way for that. So instead of finding a way for it to work, we just move the whole pot, you know. It's easier. It's easier that way to just not deal with it, not fix it, not work on it, not work through it. And speaking of pots, it's like, even when I look at my cabbage, for example, if it didn't start getting bigger, my cabbage, my tomatoes, everything, if they didn't start getting bigger until I put them in bigger pots. They didn't start getting bigger until I put them in bigger pots. They eventually outgrew their pots. There's a couple messages in here of knowing, do you need to just move the pot around to get what it needs? Or do you need a whole new pot? Come on now. Come on, ancestors. This feel like a granny coming through on this one, okay? Do you need to move the whole pot? You know, or do you need to repot it into something bigger? Does it need to just evolve and shift? And that may be what you've been trying to figure out with something in your life of, do you need to just say totally forget it, move away to something different, move? Or do you need to evolve in your perspective or the space that you take up on the table with it? Which is in the repotting. I'm hearing, look at your flowers. If you're not flowering in the current pot that you're in, Um, if it seems like it's not growing, it's not evolving, then you need a bigger pot. It's not enough space there to grow. There's no room to grow in that space. But if you still got room to grow and it's just not, flowering in the best way, then you may just need to move it to another spot. Come on now. This is how you know if you need to just work on some. Okay, so the repotting deals with evolving your perspective of something and switching something up. Okay. So if you are no longer able to grow or evolve, moving the pot to another place ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna do anything because the plant can't grow, it can't evolve, it can't expand because there's some internal things that need to be moved around and configured and all that other jazz. So it doesn't matter the place if the pot isn't big enough. I feel like the collective is in a space of repotting their self. That's what this feels like. And that's where that song Do for Love came from. Because it's one of those where you've been doing a lot of work within your inner child. You've been giving yourself the things that you wish you had. You've been listening to yourself. You've been sitting with yourself. You've been crying. You've been nurturing yourself. You've been honoring that inner child. I feel like my bird's coming. That's why I'm like, let me just go on and throw some over here. Because they usually always come when I'm out here, honey. But we shall see. Um, you're in a situation where, for example, this is the example Spirit is giving me. Say you're in a relationship, right? And each relationship you go to is not working. That's like you moving the pot. You keep moving the pot. The problem is not the spot of the pot. The problem is the size of the pot that the plant is in. So it doesn't matter where you move it to, who you move it with. It's going to be the same thing until the internal pot is given that room to start expanding in perspective and shifts. Come through, ancestors. Okay, come through, spirit team. This season, you're repotting yourself. That's what this is giving. A focus on repotting yourself. Don't focus on moving to other places and all this other jazz. So, like, for example, maybe the problem isn't just, going back and forth between platforms or, social medias, whatever the case is. Maybe it's, the perspective of it or whatever the case is. We just never know, right? Or some people jump from job to job to job and realizing that the problem, what was that? Realizing that the problem is not the jobs, but it's your mindset and perspective towards the jobs. And maybe you're not even supposed to be working a job anyway. Maybe you're supposed to be starting a business. So that's why it just doesn't work out. You get what I'm saying? So this is giving that energy. As I'm looking at this tree, it's shedding its bark, and it's shedding heavy too. It has to shed for the new bark to be shown. Allow yourself to be repotted. And that repotting, I feel like as you've been shifting, it's like the repotting is you expanding, right? So you're creating room for you to be able to expand and grow, for the roots to be able to spread out and do what they need to do, right? But it's also indicative of you and your mindset, of an expansive mindset, of being open. It's like a freedom of mindset, the freedom to roam, the freedom to expand versus being kept inside of some type of box that you can't grow out of. You get what I'm saying? This repotting phase is something about rose colored glasses. So everything that glitters is not gold. Remember that everything that glitters is not gold or diamonds. Um, and what that gives me is it doesn't matter the type of pot. What matters is the soil. Come on now. Come on now. It don't matter the pot. It matters the soil. What matters is the soil. So for example, it don't matter what you look like on the outside, your 1111, your aesthetics, your body, your beauty, all that other jazz, what that soul do. What that soul do. Because we're in a time where people are being judged by their soul. They're being judged by their energy. They're being judged by their spirit, the fruit that they bear. You can't bear fruit if you're not allowing yourself to grow and be repotted in another pot. And all you keep doing is moving yourself to other spaces and blaming the space for why the plant isn't growing. But the reason why the plant isn't growing is because the plant is not in an energy, in a body, in a pot that is allowing it to grow. Come on now. Come on now. So this season, those who are not allowing themselves to be repotted, they're going to fall backwards. So no, the answer isn't in doing more of this or doing more of that. The answer is in going within and allowing your roots to spread. And when I think about even with the roots being clogged together, I think about like how childhood trauma can do. It can cause us to be tense. It can cause us to not trust. It can cause us to be in a space of like you're so tightly condensed in that the roots can start to rot because you're trying to protect it so much that you suffocate it. So this is also giving the vibe of your inner child has to be allowed to be free. You have to let go of those wounds. You have to let go of that fear. And you have to trust yourself more. You have to listen to yourself more. Listen to the boundaries of your body, of your mind, of your spirit. They're showing up for a reason, you know. They're showing up for a reason. And this season, you're going to be able to pinpoint some people around you as well who need to repot their plants, but they're choosing to continuously move the pot. Okay. And the thing is that they're not going to listen to you if they don't see anything wrong with them and what they're doing. Okay. That's something that you're going to have to understand. So even in that, you can try to talk to them and, tell them how what they're doing is X, Y, and Z, but they won't get it if they're not in alignment with understanding it of what's happening. And it's for you to be able to pinpoint and just see what's going on. That's all that's happening. It's for you to be able to pinpoint and see what exactly is going on so that you can make the best moves that you can make for yourself. You getting knowledge of people or things or spaces of where they're at is not always for you to share with them and talk about it and talk through it. Sometimes it's just a piece of information for you to have and for you to make your decisions based off of it. I'm here when the lights down low. It's the season of repotting. It's the season of repotting. And what does repotting mean for you? Repotting is doing the things that allow you to have an expanded perspective of reality in the world around you. Repotting means allowing yourself to have new experiences so that you can increase your knowledge, so you can increase your vocabulary, so you can increase your experience in different environments, around different types of people, around different types of things. But you have to understand when things are being repotted, you have to let the old pot go. You have to let the old pot go. And the beauty of it is the old pot can be used for future plants. The old pots can be used for future plants. So you don't have to throw the old pot away just because it's not good for you anymore. It'll still be good for someone. But for you right now, it's time for you to evolve and grow into something else. And this could even be that, you and someone else, y'all both were growing together, all of a sudden you started to outgrow your pot faster than them. That don't mean that you shouldn't get repotted because both of y'all not ready. No, you still need to go on and get repotted. And when they're ready, they're ready. But don't hold yourself back or your energy back because someone else is not ready for what, it's entailing. Ooh, my hair got me itching, child, to keep rubbing on my chest. I'm like halfway done with my hair now. I only have this much left to finish retying. So we almost there. I'll be taking my time, child. But you know, the beauty in repotting the plant though is in playing in the dirt. Getting your hands in the dirt, mushing it all around, loosening up those roots before you move it over. You got to be gentle. You got to be loving. And I feel like that is representative of the energy of how we need to treat ourselves when we're going through change, when we're going through evolution, when we're doing something we've never done before. Have grace with yourself. Allow yourself to feel each part of the process. Allow yourself to experience each piece of the process. And as you loosen the trauma, as you loosen the things that have happened, as you loosen all of that and relax it, just like when we're getting a massage, right? A deep tissue massage, they relax out those different knots and stuff. It's the same thing. As we heal through that, it's this sense of freedom to expand again. So this season, it's like any hurt that you have, it's time to redefine it. Simply redefine it. Redefine it in a way that the timeline aligns with an energy of expansion. So when someone hurt you, right? Continuously talking about what they did to you, how they didn't care about you, whatever the case, da 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 da. That is you aligning with a timeline of lack. You have to shift how you view what has happened to be one of benefit to you because it shifts your energy to your connection of it, to allow that energy to be loosened and expand. You get what I'm saying? So this season is about finding expansion in everything, even in the things that hurt, even in the things that disappoint us, even in the people who disappoint us. Find the expansion in it. After every heartbreak, you know how many artists be writing some bomb ass albums after every heartbreak? Okay. Publishing books. They go extra hard in the gym. Like, alchemize that energy to be an expansive energy that pushes you further. You have the power to do that. You have the power to do that. You have the power to do that. You really do. You really do. And I need you to rest in that power. So allow things to be repotted. Even I'm looking at my tomatoes. My tomatoes have started to flower. At least this one. Oh, that one is too. So my tomato plants are starting to flower. And you know what's interesting? I just put a oh, my watermelon is going crazy too, child. Um, I just put some sticks in them to help them stay, you know, with building up or whatever. And that's when the flowering happens. So it's just like every stage of the process that we're in, y'all. I'm looking at my melon. My melon is doing good, child. This one's starting to come out. And then this one over here, that's the cantaloupe. After we do our energy, like what we're supposed to do to evolve. Oh, even my pepper is, y'all. After we do what we're supposed to be doing to create the space for growth and evolution, everything else to do its part. Like, we just got to do our part. Our part is the repotting. That's our pot, our part. Repot the plant. Create the safeguards for the plant. That's all you got to do. Do your part. And after you do your part, everything else will be taken care of. Everything else will be done. Everything else will be in divine order, divine flow. Just do your part. So keep doing your part right now. Your part is so important. You have so much to offer, so much to bring. Stick to that shit. You may even be out here helping other people repot their plants, you know, metaphorically and, you know, actually, realistically. You may be out here helping other people repot theirs. So that's the energy, y'all. That is the energy. Yeah. If you're interested in a personal reading, past life regression, hypnotherapy, my books, membership, social media spaces, check out the link in all the links in the pinned comment. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and your spirit team is calling for you to do. Period. I love you. And I am going to see you all in the next video. Bye.